Hello my dear friends, and welcome back to another Star Wars news update. Today we have quite the roster. We're going to be talking about Luke Skywalker, Rangers of the New Republic, and Star Wars Outlaws. But before we do, if you've not done so already, please be sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below, and why not hit the bell to be alerted every time that I post a new video. But no more jibber jabber, let's dive straight into it. We're going to begin with a few rapid fire tidbits. Giancarlo Esposito teases the return of Moff Gideon following his supposed death in The Mandalorian's third season. The actor leans into his own personal theory that the Moff Gideon who burned was one of his clones, and he reinstates that he thinks Gideon is way too smart to have put himself in that position. So take that as you will, he doesn't think Moff Gideon died. Moving on to our next tidbit, the death of Carl Weathers shook the Star Wars community, and at MEGAcon Orlando, Temuera Morrison gave a beautiful tribute in the form of a Maori prayer. And while we're on the subject of Carl, some new details have emerged out of the blue. It's 2024, and we're still talking about Rangers of the New Republic, the shelved Star Wars The Mandalorian spin-off, which they've been sprinkling into The Mandalorian Season 3, the Ahsoka show, and probably Skeleton Crew as well, and future seasons of the Mandoverse. So why are we talking about it today? Well, with Carl Weathers' recent passing, there have been an array of tributes coming in from those who worked with him, and one of them was from one of the former stars of the show, Gina Carano, who played Cara Dune. And putting IRL controversy aside, FandomWire.com report, given the friendship between her and Carl, Jon Favreau was going to offer Carl the opportunity to direct in the Mandalorian spin-off, similar to the way he directed episodes in seasons 2 and 3. Although details regarding the specifics of Rangers of the New Republic have been contentious. It's all hearsay though, and I don't think this show is ever going to see the light of day. They could turn it into a book. I have seen that idea floating around, but everything concerning Mon Mothma, Leia Organa, C-3PO is being explored elsewhere, and all of that stuff is going to come to a head in the two Mandalorian movies, The Mandalorian and Grogu by Jon Favreau, and the movie by Dave, after Ahsoka Season 2. And it's really characters like Carson Tava taking front and center stage. So an unsurprising yet interesting tidbit there. Carl Weathers will be missed. And so now my dear friends, as Star Wars continues exploring the post-Episode 6 time period, there are many characters from other pieces of Star Wars media like the novels and the comics, which fans have been clamoring to see make their way to live action for years, or in some cases, return to live action. But one of the most monumental moments in recent Disney Star Wars was Black Chrysanthemum making this jump in the Book of Boba Fett. But it also brought up the question of when someone strongly affiliated with Santo was going to make her live action debut as well, Dr. Aphra. But now thanks to the final issue of a comic run, it might be sooner than we think. Because Star Wars have just teased she may have been responsible for helping Luke in his post-Episode 6 quest to rebuild the Jedi Order. The Archaeologist comic run just came to an end, with the final page stating, Dr. Aphra will return. Lucasfilm isn't done with her yet, and I think it's just a matter of time until she too inevitably comes to our screen, be it the small screen on Disney Plus or in theatres. I'm going to highlight the most relevant and huge reveals from the final issue. So, as we know, in the years following the Battle of Endor, it's been confirmed that Luke built his Jedi Temple on Ossus, and apart from the sporadic helping hand from Ahsoka Tano, it seems like he had more help than we knew, especially when it came to finding relics and texts that would form the foundation of teaching his future students, including Ben Solo. As we see in the final issue of Dr. Aphra, which takes place earlier in the timeline between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, it's revealed that Dr. Aphra stumbles across the ruins of an ancient Jedi outpost. Unable to resist exploring the ruins, Dr. Aphra makes a startling discovery. She finds herself in the possession of an ancient Jedi text, which Luke Skywalker has by the time of The Last Jedi. This is going to set her on a course to reunite with Luke, because the two have met before. Randomly stumbling across an old Jedi text is certainly out of the ordinary for most archaeologists. Aphra knew she was in the possession of something very valuable, and they're killing two birds with one stone. They explain how she's eventually going to get financial freedom, because she does intend to sell the thing. Filled with all kinds of old knowledge, secrets recorded by the Jedi Order of old, The implication of the comic is that this is one of the sacred Jedi texts, a collection of books which in canon Luke Skywalker gathered in the aftermath of the original trilogy. While they don't really specify what kind of knowledge this book contains, there is a bit of a hint on one page, as it looks to contain various space sectors across the galaxy. And to this end, this book contains ancient star maps of various worlds that were first founded and discovered by the Jedi themselves. This could include the classic Jedi world of Ossus, Tython, and even Octo. I think she's going to sell this book to Luke, and it's going to help him build his Jedi Academy down the line. Dr. Aphra recognizes its value. She says this is an ancient Jedi text from thousands of years ago, and it's priceless. I can't read it, and maybe it's full of garbage, but collectors will be crawling over each other to throw credits at me. It's the find of a lifetime. If I sell it, I'll never have to work again. It's pretty obvious the book in Dr. Aphra's possession is of great value to Luke, because even between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, he was exploring the galaxy, strengthening himself, coming across holocrons, lightsabers, other relics of the Jedi past, and this could be one of them. And it is worth noting, Aphra does have some kind of pre-existing relationship with Luke. This will not be their first time meeting. And so finally, my dear friends, a new rumour states Star Wars Outlaws is targeting a spring release date. Longtime insider Tom Henderson claimed the Star Wars Outlaws release window was sooner than we expect, and Ubisoft is specifically targeting May as the ideal release month. However, fans might want to practice restraint before becoming too excited about this, because Henderson reminded readers that Ubisoft is no stranger to delays. The narrative director on the game revealed it was going to focus on 3 types of settings: cities, large open worlds, and space. From the main character K-Vess's ship in space, players will be able to travel the galaxy at will and take part in various side quests. They can also engage in dogfights, and in the Outer Rim, you have to engage in different relationships with various crime leaders, Jabba the Hutt, the Pikes, and others. This should in theory create a very well-rounded world that allows for a wide range of activities. Some have speculated that cities act as hubs, where players can buy or sell gear. So, with a bit of hope, it's coming soon. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed this news update, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you, always.